Hello, students. How are you doing? I'm sure you are enjoying your online classes. Children, in yesterday's Zoom meeting, I have asked you to read the chapter number 2, Unusual Sports, from your English Reader textbook, and I'm sure you must have read it by now. Today, I'm going to read and explain this chapter to you. So, let's start the chapter. First, we do the warm up. So, you have to fill this table and you have to write the name of your favorite sport. Its type means whether it is an indoor game or outdoor game or it's a team game. Then in the next column you have to write its origin. Origin means where the game is originated. Then write the name of the country in which the game is popular. Then number of players required to play the game. And then some of the basic rules of the game you know about it, and finally the criteria for winning the game. For example, in cricket, the team which scores maximum runs is the winner. Now you need to fill this table, so do it yourself. All right? Okay, so before we start the reading of this chapter, let's discuss the difficult words first. So the first word is dribbling. Dribbling means taking the ball forward with slight touches of the feet or the stick. Okay. Next is rally. Rally means a collective name given to a sequence back and forth shot between the players. Next is stint. Stint means time spent doing something particularly. Curious. Curious means strange or something that is weird. Bizarre. Bizarre means very strange. Inflatable, that can be filled with air when you want to use it. Next is ground, to hit or touch the ground. Samba. Samba is a Brazilian dance of African origin. Next is DJ. DJ means a person who plays recorded dance music at a club or party. Okay, so now let's start reading the chapter. Some games and sports are known all over the world, others are known only locally. Let's read this magazine article about a few strange games played with even stranger rules. Playing games and sports as a fun, who doesn't enjoy dribbling in football, a rally in tennis, or a long stint at the cricket pitch? Badminton, volleyball, hockey, and basketball are some other games we all love to take part in. But there are many curious sports that are played in some parts of the world and that you may not have heard of. Some of them are quite bizarre. Let us find out about some uncommon, even comical sports. So, the meaning of the words dribbling, stint, curious, bizarre are already given in the word list and we have discussed them. Now, there is one more word here, comical. Comical means something that could be funny. Now, let's start the reading of first unusual sport, and that is bossa ball. If you mix together volleyball, football, gymnastics, and trampolines and add music to it, what will you get in pure fun and excitement? Bossa ball was invented by a Belgian, Philip Ekmans, in 2004. It is played on an inflatable court with a trampoline on both sides of the net. The objective in bossa ball, as in volleyball, is to ground the ball on the opponent side of the court. The players, three or five, a mix of men and women, can use any part of their body, head, feet, hands, to get the ball over the net and into their opponent sections. A trampoline is installed on each side for more bounce. Only one player is allowed on the trampoline, the other are around it. A maximum of 5 touches are allowed per team. Points are awarded based on where the ball falls and when it gets grounded. The first team to score 25 points win the game. The referee of the game is the Samba referee, who is both the master of ceremony and DJ of the sport. The height of the net can be adjusted for different levels such as adult, beginners, or children. So what happens here? Here is when the ball comes on your side of the court, you are allowed a maximum of 5 touches on your side to get the ball on the other side of the court. And the points are awarded based on where the ball falls, means whether it falls inside the trampoline or outside the trampoline, or which type of kick you are using, whether it is a soccer kick or stand volleyball kick. Okay. Next unusual sport is chess boxing. We have played chess and we have heard of or seen boxing matches. But chess boxing, how can there be a combination of a cerebral game, which is physical sport? Seems rather unlikely. So here cerebral means something related to the brain or intelligence, and physical means something related to your body or physical strength. Chess boxing is a hybrid board game invented by a Dutch performer, Lip Rubbing, in 2013. It is now a well-loved sport in Germany, Great Britain, India and Russia. The sport requires both brain and brawn. Either beat your opponent in rounds of chess or of boxing. The match starts with a 4-minute round of chess followed by a 3-minute round of boxing before returning to the chessboard. It consists of 11 rounds, 6 rounds of chess and 5 rounds of boxing, with 1-minute intervals between rounds. So first you play chess for 4 minutes, then you go to the boxing ring and play for 3 minutes. Then you come back again to the chessboard. So basically you start with the chess, then boxing, then chess again, then boxing. So 6 time chess and 5 time boxing, and in between there is a gap of 1 minute for rest. Next is the players wear headphones for the chess round so that they do not hear advice from the audience, and as a result they do not get disturbed because they are already wearing the headphones, and gloves for the boxing round, which boxers usually wears. Okay, the chess round is speed chess and players must make their moves quickly. To win the game, a player must checkmate her opponents in chess or knock out her opponents in the boxing. Actually, they don't get ample time as you using the chess. The players take a lot of time before making a move here, as it is a speed chess game. So either he checkmates in chess or knocks out in boxing, he is declared as the winner. So this is what is chess boxing. Okay. Next unusual sport is cheese rolling. Cheese rolling is a game designed for food lovers. You follow food, a 3 kilogram chunk of cheese, down a slope, and when the chunk, if you are the first to cross the finishing line along with the cheese. The contest is held every year in May on Cooper's Hill in Gloucester, England. The cheese moves at a speed of around 48 kilometers, with the participants hurtling after it at approximately the same speed and getting quite hurt in the bargain. So children, hurdling means move or cause to move at a very high speed, typically in an uncontrolled manner, and quite hurt in the bargain. Bargain means when they try to get this cheese, they often get hurt. Okay. A tradition sport in England, the origin of cheese rolling are not clearly known. The event is becoming more and more popular, and contestants come from across the world to compete or just to watch. That means we don't know exactly how this game came into the existence. Okay. Next is Pooh Sticks. Pooh Sticks was invented by an English author, A. Milne, for his son and has been described in the author's book, The House at Pooh Corner, hence the name. This basically means that the game was first introduced in Milne's book, The House at the Pooh Corner. You must have heard about Winnie the Pooh, and later he invented this game for his son. Okay, we continue reading. It's a very simple game which is played on a bridge over a river. One person is chosen as a starter. Each participant selects a stick, drops it in the river. When the starter gives the signal and rushes to the other side of the bridge, the player whose stick appears first on the other side of the bridge is the winner. So what happens here is that the participants go to a bridge, we need the river which is flowing. They take sticks and the starter is chosen. One person is chosen as starter. When the starter gives the signal, the participant drop the stick from the one side of the bridge. Then they rush to the other side of the bridge, and whoever's stick appear first on the other side of the bridge declared as the winner. So it's rather a very simple game, but children enjoyed and played it a lot. But I also want you to read these fact files given on this page. Okay. Now, next we come to the last but not the least unusual sport, that is Yubi Lakpi. Yubi Lakpi is a traditional game of rugby played in the Indian state of Manipur, literally meaning coconut snatching. This is a game similar to rugby but is played with not a ball but an oil soaked coconut. Listen carefully. This is quite similar with the rugby, but it is not played with the ball, it is played with the oil soaked coconut. Okay, the sport is played on a rectangular field. A box which essentially acts as the goal region is marked at one end of the field. To score a goal, a player must carry the coconut and go through the box and out of the field. There are 7 players in each team, and even the players are well oiled to make it difficult for the opponents to catch and hold of them. Each player tries to score goals by carrying the coconut, and other players try to tackle the coconut carriers and snatch the coconut away. The player that scores the most goals in the match receive an award. The sport is played barefoot and players wear just a pair of shorts and no shorts. So here he has to cross the box and go out of the field to score a goal. Okay. So students, we finished the reading here of this chapter, and I would suggest you, if it is possible for you, you can go to the YouTube and watch various videos based on these unusual sports. You would find a plenty of them. Okay. Okay children, so now we come to the exercises given on the page number 29, comprehension. So here question A, that is mark the sentences as true or false, and question B, that is choose the correct option. Okay. These 2 questions you will be doing in your book itself. Okay. Apart from these few exercises, more are given in this chapter related to the grammar. You have to do them yourself. Okay. Part C and D, these 2 questions, try to attempt in your rough notebook so that you see how much you have understood the chapter. Okay. So here I have written 5 words, but again you would be making these sentences in your rough notebook only. Okay, so the words are: first is unusual, second curious, third bizarre, fourth audience, and fifth is opponent. I have written the S in the brackets, means either you can use the word as singular opponent or plural as opponents. So as of now, you would be writing the same in your rough notebook. Okay. In my next video, we will be discussing the bookwork and the question answers of this chapter. Okay. Till then, understand the chapter, watch my video, and do the bookwork yourself. Okay. Thank you.